All right, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Let's see how this works out. I got one back up and running. That looks good. And the other one may be back up and running. There we go. And I think we should be okay. Let's see how this works out. All right, I'll give it a second for people to roll back in here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. It says it's only doing 23,000 upload speed, so it might just be... No, it's going down pretty hard. It went all the way down 7,000 here. So what I did to try to fix the buffering just a little bit here, guys, and it doesn't seem to be working as much as I need it to be. What I did is I'm only streaming to YouTube right now with a mobile stream and the stream, the horizontal stream that most of you guys are looking at me right now. So I'm not streaming to Twitch, I'm not streaming to Kick, I'm not streaming to TikTok, and I'm not streaming to Twitter right now. I'm only streaming to YouTube, so I'm hoping that helps out a little bit here. And we'll see how it works out. I would hate for my Wi-Fi to be messing up right now on the freaking day I get back, so we'll see. Hey, Can, GOP, Island Time Striker. Hopefully this kind of goes well. But anyway, let's get back over here to this side of things. We can talk about Bitcoin now. Let me see if I can actually do this right here. Does that work out a little bit better? No, I think this works fine here. There's not really much Bitcoin news right now. I was looking and I was looking and I was looking, but there's not really much new stuff happening here. If you go over here and you type in Bitcoin to Twitter or X, the newest post says August 17th, so nothing really crazy is happening. Here you got 4 right here. 4 hours ago, that's something, but not really a lot. I think because Bitcoin itself really hasn't been doing too much here. If I go over here to this 4-hour chart, let me put this up open for you guys right now. You guys can see we're trying to break out. There's something trying to happen right now. And hey, Nicholas, happy to see you in New Org Games. Happy to see you as well. Let me make sure all this is auto. There we go. Is that too loud? Make sure that's low too. There you go. So they have music playing in the background. All right. A lot of trend lines here. Basically, you guys can see a level of resistance up here. We're trying to break out above it, and we have this level of support. What I've basically been looking for the last few days, though, is, let me get out of this, is basically what happens next. Because we've been looking for an opportunity for the weekly chart to turn back around and stop this death cross from coming along this 20, like the green line, basically this 20-week moving average, crossing below the 50-week moving average. Because typically, going back in time, it's typically not a good thing to see happen. Usually around this time, there's some type of capitulation with Bitcoin, and nobody really wants to see that type of nasty move happening right now of all times, right? So I got to maneuver. I'm not used to sitting back in this chair all over. I got to get used to sitting back in this chair all over again. I've been standing all week. All right. But if we take a peek here at what's been going on over the last few weeks, you guys can see that Bitcoin generally has been going down. You guys see the MACD is still down, the RSI, those normal things that we check out. Everything is still bearish here. Even the change of character is still bearish, unfortunately. We go over here to the daily charts. Everything still remains bearish for the most part on the change of character. Basically, for the change of character to be green, we need to break out above the 62,774 level, which means almost getting back above that 200 daily moving average here. And that's how Bitcoin can have a really big pop. Again, it's going to be something more of a shorter breakout if we do get it, because that weekly chart is still bearish. But what did we talk about over the last few days? Or before I went off to Philadelphia to visit a friend, I've been looking for the MACD to give me a little bit of green. Right now we have the MACD being green since, August 19th. The stochastic is green, the RSI is green. Everything is green except for the change of character here. So all we really need is some type of good breakout to keep this momentum going on our side. We've been looking at it right here. Basically right there. Trying to get something to kind of pop up from there. And it hasn't really happened just yet. I'm still optimistic that we can make a move and go higher, which is why I have an open long at this point. But like I said before, when I bought this, it's not something of it's more of an aggressive play. This is not like where I'm like, oh, this is a 90% sure thing, I'm going all in. No, I have a small position with the 20x leverage, and I'm hoping we can start moving up quite a bit, and I'll be able to make some good money over the next week or so. It's been a very slow process. Even with the move popping back up here, nothing has really happened with the overall price. This move for Bitcoin, if you want to be, honest, look at that. At one point it was at 4%, now it's only up around 2%. nothing crazy has been happening. So, you know, as much as I want it to be, nothing's been going on. We still have to worry about that overall. There we are. You know, overall resistance up here around 70,700. But we don't have to worry about that ultimately for maybe 2-3 weeks. And, you know, because I'm hoping we could get a good move here. Smaller time frames like the 4-hour chart, still looking to this larger level of resistance, kind of around what, like 61,800. 4-hour chart's kind of wonky. It's been a slow process. That's all I'm going to say about this week. It's been a very, very slow process. But I think you've seen a few opportunities where altcoins have been making some good moves here. Let's see. And hey, Sabera, happy to see my man Samurai. Happy to see you. AVAX is looking pretty sexy. ICP has been doing very, very well. When's the last time? I think it was on the weekly charts I started telling you guys to keep an eye out for the altcoins. I think it was like... So I went to Philadelphia this past Saturday. I think it was this past Tuesday or Wednesday, because I got more busy as the week kind of came along. But if we take a peek here at the weekly charts, right? And let's get rid of the oscillators just for a second. And let's keep the oscillators. Go over here to Ethereum and a lot of other stuff. Those types of things with Bitcoin, the mega caps, if you will, those things still are pretty darn bearish here. But if you start moving away from those to stuff like WIF, right? Bonk, Miro, you know, then I think you start seeing a little bit more optimism on the daily charts. I don't know what's going on with the MACD here. The color is kind of off here with Baby Doge with Mirror Fix It. Yeah, there you go. You're starting to see a little bit of an opportunity for things to start breaking back above the 20-day moving averages. So you guys thinking about AVAX. AVAX has been making that move since right over here. Even had a change of character. This is a good 3, 4, 5-day runner right there. Now, it's on the 3rd day right now. But again, you're still able to see some of those moves. And right there, it broke above that 20-day moving average. Comp right here broke above the 20-day moving average. And you can see what happens here. But again, momentum was showing you some signs here. If you guys are looking at something like ADA, signs are there. They're making moves at a level of resistance. If you guys want to buy ADA, hoping it can break out towards like 40 cents, 41 cents, it's right there. It's just that in this environment, you're going to be a little bit more perceptive of what's going on. So the easiest way to kind of get involved in this usually is for you to do all the technical analysis ahead of time, have a price target and a stop loss, and when you open the trade, insert both of those into your trading software. So this could be if you're trading with TradingView, if you're using Fairdesk, Blowfin, Binance, KuCoin, you can insert all that information. And then you could just sit back and wait for it to either hit your stop loss or your price target, and you know how much money you're going to make and you know how much money you're going to lose. I think what's happening right now, though, is you're seeing a lot more people just do the long with no price target and maybe a stop loss. And so you're really like having to watch this market a little bit more closely than you normally would be, because right now this just seems like such a... Altcoins look okay. Some altcoins look okay. Most kind of look eh. And then Bitcoin itself just looks kind of eh right now with an opportunity for a big pop. But I guess, you know, who wants to wait for Bitcoin to have that pop? If we move over here for today, I'm looking at Caseoh. Caseoh hasn't made a big move yet. Ocean is just starting to make a move right now with a bullish change of character plus the momentum on its side. MOG. Let's see. Let's get rid of this so I can see what's going on. It's trying to break out above the 20-day moving average here with a bullish change of character. Not change of character. A bullish MACD stochastic RSI. MOG might be a good play here too, everybody. Turbo hasn't... it did break out, but it didn't really do anything, did it? Yeah, that really had no big moves here whatsoever. I wonder why. And you're seeing this breakdown right here as well from it. Is the change of character still bearish? No, this one's bullish here. There's no way. Yeah, this price action might have messed up some of the software here. How's the 4-hour chart looking? Still bearish, yeah. I'll watch Turbo, but it doesn't seem to be doing as well as MOG and some of these other tokens are. How's PopCat doing? I mean, yeah, look at that. PopCat broke above the 20 right here, but it turned bullish on the day of a breakout, so it might have been a little more difficult to get into that one. Jasmine right here. I know some of you guys are asking about this one. You got a little bit of a buy signal back over here on Monday. It looks like it's just now starting to move up against that 20-week moving average. But because so many things have crashed recently because of Bitcoin, I think it does open up the Fibonacci's here to give us a little bit of an opportunity. So hitting that Fibonacci level right here, if we get a breakout, you might get back up here towards 0.023 cents. Then after that, you can really get going back up here towards 0.024. I think the 0.024 is likely if Bitcoin can just continue this momentum and go higher, even if it's something more gradually here. But for something like Jasmy, that 50 is most likely going to be the next level of resistance, not even so much this Fibonacci level here. We were just talking about world token's ready for a pop. I mean, yeah, you are seeing some opportunities here from some of these tokens. I mean, NMR is just now popping after, again, a pretty lousy few months, but still finally having a pretty large move. And I think you might sense a little bit of FOMO actually happening right now. Is anything bad happening today? I don't see anything having a rough day. Everything seems to be doing just meh or good. Meh or good is something I'm okay with. You go over here and look at some of the tokens. Now, check this out. Bitcoin, after all the stuff we've been having going on, all the drama going on here, right? It's up 43%, 44% year to date. Ethereum is only up 15% year to date after all the stuff we've been through with that one. Only up 15%. Dogecoin is up more over year or since the start of the year than Ethereum, which I thought was pretty interesting. Toncoin is up 183%. XRP is down 2.5%. Solana is up 42%. BNB is up 87%. So you do see a few tokens that aren't really living up to the hype so far this year. ADA is probably one of those tokens which has just been having a horrible year. For all the bad stuff with XRP, at least it's kind of just going sideways. ADA, Cardano, is down 37% year to date. Tron is up 44%. I don't know what's happening with Tron. I like Tron. I've been holding this for a few years. I like hanging out with the Tron team when I go to events around the country because they're just really nice and they're chill people. And they invite me to all their little private events, which I think are really, really fun to go to. And I kind of meet some interesting people there and I learn some stuff. I'm always a nerd with that type of stuff. However, something's been happening lately and I don't know what. People are starting to buy Tron and you're seeing this mountain of red over the last 30 days. See how everything is red? And that's the lone green spot. I don't know what has people necessarily coming back to Tron, but I do think it's notable. And one more thing about Tron here. They have, I was told by a friend that works there, they set up their own software to make your own tokens. So I guess, like Solana and so forth, they have different ways for you to make tokens on their platforms. I think Tron made their own, so now I think you're going to see more Tron tokens, which may help out the overall growth and long-term longevity of it. Which is just something where I didn't know that was such a big part of the ecosystem. But now that I think about it, you think about all those new tokens when you look on DEX tools and stuff. Yeah, it does mean something here. Mostly everything else is down the last 30 days. Monero is up 6%. That's a stable coin. Sui's up 5%. Aave is up 40% here. Not much as actually up. So when I see something that's actually up right now, I'm thinking more about how should I day trade it, etc. Because I see a lot of stuff down like 20 to 40% over the last 30 days. Dogworth hat is down 40% over the last 30 days, but it's also up almost 1,000% on the year. So that is a little bit okay if you ask me here. Couple things here. Oil, close to breaking down. We're going to see what happens here. I told you guys I might sell some of my oil stocks here. I'm either going to do it tomorrow or Monday. I'm going to shave off like another 30%. I still want to have some in there because the dividends are great. But what I don't shave off is going to turn into long-term holdings. So as oil is at that big level of support, we go over here and we look at some of my oil stocks. ExxonMobil, you see how it's creeping down a little bit right there? Going back over here to Schlumberger, coming back down here. And OXY coming down a little bit here. You can definitely see oil responding to some of those prices there. But more fun than oil, look at this. Look what happened to the dollar index over the last week, right? Look at the daily charts coming down. That's some good stuff here, and I hope this will actually help Bitcoin out a little bit more. We've been waiting for something like this to happen for a minute, and here's the monthly chart. breakdown 1, breakdown 2. Now we're probably heading back down here towards like $100 or so. And this could get Bitcoin going back up. This over here was back in November of 2022. This was not necessarily a great time for many people. But if we continue that downward trend, I think we have an opportunity for Bitcoin to start rising back up. As long as Jerome Powell and the isn't no surprises from Jerome Powell, and then again, no real surprises about interest rate cuts and things like that. I don't think we're going to have any surprises there. 0.5, 50 basis point cut in September, perhaps. What comes after that, who knows? But I assume we're going to have maybe a 25 or another 51 in December. Maybe a little bit bumpy, but All right, 15-minute chart with Bitcoin. Let's see what happens next. And if you guys have any questions and stuff like that, I'd be happy to answer them. Excuse me. I got to get back in rhythm here for doing my streams and whatnot. 88 change hard fork is coming. Oh, that'd be interesting. ICP's been doing well. We are back. Great to see you, Big Mike. I appreciate it. Wake, happy to see you as well. And hey, Tanker, Northeast Philadelphia in the house. I liked Philadelphia a lot. Now, I was only in Philadelphia for the last day. Like actually city, but it was fun to go to the city for a little bit. What did I do? So the Saturday I flew and I got in there at night and basically just smoked a couple cigars with some friends over there, chilled out, relaxed. The next day I went over to his mother's house. I went to Lancaster, saw the Amish people. I got some Amish kombucha and so I drank it like on the 20th, right, of this month. It expired on the 3rd of this month, and I didn't read the little expiration sign because there's like nobody selling it. You go on the land and you go open the refrigerator and just like pop the money into a little thing they have. So I did that. And it tasted like beer and it was so bubbly. I drank the whole thing because it was actually pretty tasty, but yeah. So be careful about buying stuff off the side of the road and not reading expiration dates. I also got myself some Amish honey to bring back home, which was pretty nice. Anything else? We went mini golfing. That was a really fun time. And, just hung out, chilled out with some friends. It was really good. And then when I went to Philadelphia, I went to something called the Mutters Museum. Is that how you pronounce it? Mutters Museum, Philly. Yeah, the Mutter Museum at the College of Physicians. I don't know if they have any pictures of it or not. Yeah, Mutter Museum. Yeah, medical wonders. Basically not human bones and stuff. It was a good time. It was a really good time. They don't let you take pictures, but I wish they would have. And hey, Tim, happy to see you. Oh, and if you guys are watching on the mobile version, I did have a link in there, but let me see if I can put it in there now. There you go. Here is the link for the full stream. There you go. Let's see. All right, there we go. Racket Club of Philadelphia. I don't even know what a racket. Have I been to a racket club before? I don't know if I've actually been to a racket club there. I was with my friend out in Westchester, and I like Westchester a lot, but it's very, very bougie, very, very bougie. It's a lot of fun. Nice houses, nice people, little towns. You walk down the little main street, and it's all closed off, which is pretty cool because they have all the restaurants out there with their seats. It's a very good time. But yeah, I love the area. A lot of nature, beautiful yards, nice neighbors, and all that type of good stuff. Westchester's pretty fun. Philadelphia, we basically just walked all the way downtown, went to that Reading Central Market, whatever it's called. I had a sandwich made by the Amish. It was pretty darn tasty. I got some whippy pies. I think they're called whippy pies, but made by the Amish. A lot of good time there. And I played some mini golf, right? So mini golf was also pretty good. And make sure I'm not missing that. Okay, there we go. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Jasmine? Yeah, we just talked about Jasmine. Let me see if I can find it again. Just talked about it. Where is Jasmine? Do I not have it? No, I know I have it because we just talked about it. Oh, it's right next to the Japanese yen, so I always confuse the J's. All right. So, right now, as far as Jasmine is concerned, we just had the Fibonacci level on here. So, a couple things. We had that bullish momentum show up, it looks like right over here on the 19th of August, which is about 3 days ago. That's more than 3 days ago. Oh, this is tomorrow. Okay, on this one. Why is the time different? It's not Friday for me. It's Thursday, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm in a different time zone. Okay, yeah. So I was gonna see. My mind had to adapt to the different charts. Anyway, we saw that a few days ago we had the bullish momentum here, and now we're starting to break back out above the 20-day moving average. For me, I'm looking at the next couple levels of resistance matching up towards 0.023, which basically it just matches up with the resistance levels of these two candles right here during the last big rejection that Jasmine faced. And then after that, I think we have a good opportunity to get in between the 0.024, which is this line right here, and then back up here towards 0.0272, which is the 50-day moving average. I would imagine that coming down a little bit because the last 50 days, of course, have been lower and not higher for Jasmine. But I do think there's an opportunity here for a little bit more of a pop. After that, I'm not too optimistic that we're just going to go parabolic or something like that. But I'm keeping an open mind to this just because Bitcoin itself still has an opportunity to pop up towards, $63,000, $4,000, $5,000, and that's where you can see altcoins really shine for about another week or so. Then we might start going back more sideways, and sideways momentum right now, it means we're going down to just, continue going sideways. Ooh, man, I'm not talking right now. I got to get used to talking again. Yeah, the ARC Cop is one of the most exclusive clubs around. My guess is only a few in New York City or more. Oh, geez, man. See, I bet they're a little bit pricey there, Tim. Right? I'll be out there again. When am I going to? Not New York, but just the East Coast in general. I'll let you know. I know for this year, I think I only have a couple more trips planned, but that makes it so I can actually go do more fun stuff. Because I have a friend in New Jersey that I might visit. I might be going to Money 2020 in October in Vegas, but to be frank, their media pass team, like who you talk to and ask questions, I've never seen it be this bad. So I've been trying to get a media pass from them, and I got one a couple years ago. I wanted to go last year, but my mom passed, so I just was like, okay, let's not even bother with that. But I've been trying. Like, I got a hold of this lady, and I said, hey, I want to ask some questions. I listed out 3 questions, and crickets. I contacted again, asked the same 3 questions. Crickets. And it's just basic questions to help me figure out how I'm supposed to apply for the media pass, and I'm getting crickets and crickets and crickets, and it's absolutely annoying. So I'm not entirely sure if I even want to go to Money 2020 if they're not even going to answer my questions, because it's a little freaking it's irritating. Let's just say it's irritating so far. All right, I'm going to Vegas this year for Big Smoke, which is a cigar convention in Vegas, and that's just a personal fun time thing for me. But it happened to be right at the same time as Money 2020, so I was like, oh, if it's all going to be in the same week, I might as well just stay in Vegas for that week and not have to fly back and forth all the time. And then I believe in October I'm going to go visit another friend. I think it's October 4th, 5th, or something like that. I'm going to go visit a friend out in Salt Lake City, which is going to be kind of fun as well. Yeah, it's like $8,000 for an annual in my bracket. Oh my gosh, we have a temporary? Yeah, Tim, that is absolutely insane. We have a couple clubs like that, I think, in Seattle. I don't think they're going to be as expensive as that. But what's happened is because everybody keeps moving to Seattle and they keep on getting priced down, so people keep on moving all around. All of the clubs around me, they have 2-3 year waiting lists, which is absolutely absurd. They need to learn from the East Coast crowds about how to manage everything. But I guess having a wait list just means you're a little bit more exclusive out there. You forgot what the full annual oh, you'd have to yeah. Oh, I bet it would be I bet it would be expensive, Tim. But what do you call? I do hope I can see some of you guys around. I know this year's been tough with all the convention stuff going on. But next year, I'm trying to stay an extra day or get there an extra day early. I think I'm going to end up getting to these events an extra day early to just hang out and chat with people that want to chat with me. Whether it's Vegas or anything, I want to do that because the one time I actually wanted to chat with people like a lot this year was the time I went to Vegas, but I was busy the entire time at this booth and stuff, and I was like, oh god, this is hell. You got lucky. Knowing people do networking is everything, especially on the East Coast. My friend's uncle is a big hedge fund guy out there, and he would explain like networking is everything in New York because just having money isn't enough because everybody has money. That's a whole different ball game. See, and hey Haram, I don't know if I said hey, but hey again. Just stacked today, Bitcoin. I got so paralyzed by its price. I know it's been annoying. Like I haven't opened long on Bitcoin right now. I've been had it for I don't know like a week or something like that, and nothing has been happening. I'm waiting, and eventually something will happen. But until then, I'm being bored out of my mind watching this potential breakout here. And Loki wants to say hi again, but I gotta push him away so I can get access to my mouse. It's called a Reading Terminal. There you go. Yeah, the Amish market is the best, especially the chicken wing rotisserie. I have not had that yet. I had chicken wings there, but it was not there. I had chicken wings out where my friend's dad lives. But I don't know exactly where he lives. He lives out in the countryside. And hey, Richard, oh my God, early morning in Sweden. Well, good morning out there. Hopefully I'm not the reason you woke up. Hopefully you can get back to sleep eventually and do a little bit of a nice sleep in. How would you recommend to start a YouTube channel on stacking Bitcoin? Don't chart, so, Well, honestly, when it comes to that type of stuff, all I would do is make sure that you just have a decent laptop or a computer. Get some recording software like OBS or Streamlabs OBS, and then show yourself just buying Bitcoin at certain days, certain weeks, and certain intervals, and then just talk about news around Bitcoin. So talk about the news. You don't have to look at the charts too much if you don't want to look at charts, but I'd start suggesting loading how to just do the basics so you can say, hey, this is what Bitcoin did this week or something like that. And then from there, just show your portfolio growing over time, That seems to be the best way that I've seen people do it. There's a guy, there's a YouTuber, I think his name is like Chris Sane or something like that. And like he's always showing his Robinhood folder and he's showing the price moving, as he's talking about Bitcoin, or I think for him, mostly penny stocks and stuff. So I think that'd be a good way to get started there. But get used to a lot of nobody watching your videos for a while. And then also, don't worry about the money of YouTube. For a while, just focus on getting the views and entertaining people or educating people, whatever you're looking to do there. It makes things go a lot easier. I worry about views a little bit right now. I don't necessarily worry about the money of YouTube, and I think that's because I make my own money trading and stuff. But don't, make sure you have a drive for it. I'm having to get my drive back from YouTube because basically I don't know what happened, but like over the past year or so, YouTube really stopped notifying people of my live streams and stuff, which has been very, very irritating. So I pretty much haven't been giving YouTube my all. I pretty much just like whoever wants to listen and have a good chat with me, I'm here to give you guys a good time. But, imagine all of a sudden YouTube didn't notify you guys that I'm going live or something. That happens quite a bit. So, only the diehards will find their way back or something like that, which makes me like, okay, I won't focus on it too much. And hey, Cyrus, you live in Sweden, 3:40 a.m. Yeah, geez. What will Shiba do this year? 1 cent possible? No, I don't think Shiba Inu is going to 1 cent this year. It could possibly reach it years and years from now, but I don't think it's going to hit 1 cent anytime soon here. That market cap is not built like that. What's right here? Cyrus the Great. Yeah, it was a couple of royal tennis events. Oh, wow, yeah. Supposedly he attempted to see how long he could stay awake, according to my brother. Oh, that'd be wild. Oh, hello. You don't get more treats. You've had enough treats so far today. Yeah. Sorry, Loki's over here, and he's like, yes. Let's see. Doesn't need to be all fancy. I mean, being fancy helps, I would say. Like, I like having my software here, but like, personally, like, I'm gonna start, like, so I have this is my afternoon stream basically. I'm going to start doing some morning streams, and I think the morning stream format is gonna look just like this. Sorry for you guys looking at the mobile stream. I haven't had it set up for you guys yet, but for those of you on the other stream, it's just gonna look like this. You know, you can see the window, you can see what's going on here, a little bit different. There we go. But yeah, so it really just depends on how you want to do it. I see lots of different influencers doing a ton of different things. Tom Crown, he does a big old green screen behind him. He does like to show off the back of his house or anything like that. So instead, he'll have a green screen so he can appear to be like 3D on the screen, if you will. You go over to Crypto Wendy. She's sitting in her office, rotating in her chair, and a little cube, a little box on the side of her thing, and she's talking about the news. Or she'll just have herself plastered on the front of it, and you can see all of her while she's just talking and not the websites and stuff. So there's tons of different ways to do it. I would look at a lot of the other YouTubers out there like me and just see how they're doing it and choose the way that you think is going to work best. Usually the cheaper the better, honestly. I don't think people care necessarily about the fancy stuff. I like this one primarily because I've been trying to grow my socials, and using this method here that you guys can see on the full streaming thing, you guys can see that Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I've seen subscribers to all of those because of this, and plus my daily content as well. But I think in a little bit, I may have something more like this for you guys in the future for some of the streams, but I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it. And hey, Benjamin, happy to see my man. You need to notify. Yeah, I mean, most people, I think, do notifications, but let's say that Bitcoin gets boring for a week, like right now. If Bitcoin, let me see, there are these periods of time where nothing is happening with Bitcoin. Like we have exciting times, maybe exciting times, but then we have these times where nothing is happening, right? And we've had more of these times than normal for Bitcoin in a cycle, right? You think of 2021, you can really just see that thing taking over here. Even over here, we had some volatility. Sure, we had some boring days, but generally it was okay. I think what happens is because people take a break from the channel when Bitcoin gets boring like this, and they're waiting for Bitcoin to get exciting because then they actually have questions. They want to learn what's going on because, again, there is something to learn at that point. I think YouTube's like, oh, if they're not interested right now and it's boring, they're not going to be interested when things start getting exciting. So I think that's what's going on. So they just stop the notifications there, and then they kind of just lose interest in crypto or the crypto streams for a while here. I think that's what's going on a little bit. But to combat that, this is why I'm going to be streaming a lot more coming up here now, making more content. I'm hoping to come out with 2 videos a day. It'll be 2, 1, 2, so that you guys get notifications. But 2 videos on Monday, 2 videos on Wednesday, 2 videos on Friday, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Thursday. And I'm hoping to stream like Sunday to Friday or something like that. Keep Saturdays off, or maybe Sundays off too. But when I stream Friday, I think I'm going to stream a little bit earlier now, which I'll see how that works out. And always, Bitcoin Backpacker, happy to help you out. What do you think about Fubo? Do you think this run is done? I have no idea what Fubo is, so let me see. Is it a stock or a cryptocurrency? Let me know, because I don't see anything with crypto. Oh, let me see right here. And hey, Ave, happy to see my man. I think it's because Bitcoin and crypto in general is not really doing too much when it reflects the views. Which, yeah, exactly. But I think there's another level of the notifications on top of that. I'm not the type of guy that's going to freak out about having low views or something like that. Because again, I do see other YouTubers that have a lot of views. Maybe they're not like as much as 2021, but there's a decent amount of views here. For me, it's just making sure that I keep the channel to a good standard where if people want to learn, they will. But then again, I'm getting ready to do a bunch of tutorials here pretty soon, so I got a huge list of stuff I want to do. I'm bringing back, a lot of you guys have been asking me about copy trading and stuff, so I'm going to go through the exchanges, look for the best copy traders for you guys, doing more tutorials on my trading style, stuff like that. And, this is the general stuff, leverage, trade, tutorials on the what airdrops and stuff like that. So all little stuff. Like right now, Weeks is having a new airdrop, and I'll share it with you guys later on with a video. But they're having a cool airdrop for an AI token, which is like at $9 million market cap. So like if you wanted to get a low market cap token airdropped, you know, the simple stuff, right? And then Benjamin made 70 cents scalping AVEX. Thanks, Samurai Saint. Do I see Doge retreating, retesting 20 cents again when things, I can't see what that last word is. Pop off. I think it's pop off. Yes, I would say that probably we're going to see 20 to 22 cents as far as Dogecoin's concerned. Okay, so you're talking about Fubo stock. Let me go over here very fast. Not FGU. So what caused this move, though? Weekly is getting rejected by the 50 right now. Double bottom back up here. Momentum is okay. What's the momentum still good? So you're in a scale out zone right now, so it might take a little bit of time for it to manage to break back up. But you've gotten it back above that 100, so the best case for me if I bought anywhere down here, I would be selling off a portion, moving my stop loss back up here, maybe towards like, 170 to 180, somewhere that you feel comfortable, and then letting this see if it can ride back up. But this is more of a scale out point, not a buying opportunity, if you ask me. You can see it trying to pop right back off here, the 200 daily moving average. Here's the 4-hour chart, creeping back down a little bit. You see the momentum shifting back down. Yeah, you might have an opportunity to do a bit of a buy if you want to, but this is more of a day trade. If you ask me, that might pan out maybe on Monday or Tuesday, not so much tomorrow. We got the 1-hour chart here. Yeah, 1-hour chart starting to really show some bearish activity. Yeah, I might have a stop loss maybe around like 180, 170. Shave some off tomorrow if you haven't already, and then wait to see if this thing continues to bounce around here, because you got the resistance levels all through here. Big one seems to be around 233, and right here in the middle about 219, which actually did get rejected from. So if it can keep on rallying, good. The momentum is there for it to continue, but on the 4-hour charts and some of those smaller time frames, you're starting to see warning signs that this rally may be slowing down here, enough where you don't feel too confident to double down a buyback in type of stuff there. There we go with Bitcoin. And hey, Benjamin, happy to see my man. Let's see. And let me go over here to Dogecoin very fast. Well, we're kind of doing that move. Pop, dip, and now breaking back out. We'll see. Let's get rid of that now because it's not really matching up perfectly. We got back above the 20-day moving average with momentum on our side. Next stop would be around 11 cents, but if you're talking about when things really pop off, we tried to break out here. We weren't able to, but let me see if I can readjust. You're probably going to see the first level of resistance around 16. So that might not happen until like November at this point, because unless we really pop off here. You see this death cross coming in. Not the end of the world when it comes to Dogecoin, because of course Dogecoin, known for its own little moves, but it's the best way to do this. So it goes from 19 cents all up here to 24. I would still say you can go with 20 cents, but it might be better to scale out closer to 19 instead of 20, if that's what your goal is. If you're trying to buy right now in preparation, just because you are going to be hit with that resistance, it's easier just to sell and be like, oh, okay, now I'm out. Or you can scale out one of the others, but maybe around 19 cents might be a little bit better than 20 cents for a target. There we are. Did your comment not pop up? Oh, what was your comment? Let me see. Oh, maybe did you ask something besides the one of the other questions you had? I think Bitcoin is a virus on my PC. Every time Time the price starts moving a lot. It's like my PC and fans go into overdrive, gets bogged down and goes super slow. Anyone else experience the same? I haven't seen anything like that. And it's like, Rick, happy you got your Blowfin account, my man. Let me know how you like it. So, with me, I haven't had any problems with it. I'm wondering what are you looking at when this is happening? Because with me, if I have too many trading view screens on, sometimes that can cause issues. Or when I have my YouTube screens on, like this, these take a lot of processing power away from my computer. It is absolutely insane. Like you have, what is it called right here? This type of stuff, right? It can take a lot out if I have multiple windows open, which is why as I talk, I typically will delete a bunch of stuff as I go along. Right now, I'm streaming with Google. Google alone is taking like, I don't know what this is. A good chunk of my my memory up right now. Not too much of my CPU actually. But yeah, so it can have an effect on it for sure. And make this move right here. ICP, I can look at ICP for you very fast. Let me see. Weekly chart for ICP, still fairly bearish. You're seeing a little bit of a cooling off with the MACD. Stochastic just turned bearish. You're getting the RSI is trying to turn bullish. So really getting some mixed signals here off of the oscillators. The weekly chart still overall is bearish with a slight pump happening this week. Daily chart, I know we've been talking about momentum, and you saw the momentum shift back over here on August 18th. What is that? Yeah, basically this past Sunday it looks like, and we're starting to have a move. It is hitting a level of resistance right now, so you may see that on the shorter time frames as we keep on going. So just understand the reason this is getting rejected right here is just because of some of those time frames. Looks like the 50 on the daily and the 200 on the 4-hour, they're usually pretty similar, and that's the issue here. I think we can break above it here. It might just take another few hours, and then you can start really pushing back up here towards $9. But at $9, I'm probably looking at some good selling opportunities. I'm not going to be looking to buy too much at that point. But it's definitely starting to move right now. There we go. Make sure that move happens a little bit over. Push that over there. Let me see. Talking about computer being a little bit more slowed down. Let's see, how's that work out? Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see. I'm trying to do more mobile streaming here. And so this is the mobile stream basically, but it's not giving me any views from the vertical feed, which is interesting. So I don't know what I have to do to get those vertical views. YouTube is kind of weird. It kind of like locks channels out of certain things, but it allows other channels to get in there. It's a very arbitrary system. There we go. All right, let me push this back over here a little bit more. Let me take a sip of water. There we go. All right. Let me go over here very fast and just see what's popping up on the 15-minute chart. Ethereum making some moves. Solana making some moves here. Whiff, not really doing anything. Bonk. Miro's up around 4% right now. Baby Doge. STMX. You're seeing some mixed results right now. AVAX is what's making the good move here. Look at that. AVAX is really starting to pump off. Broke above the 50 right here. Once it breaks out, you can see some really nice moves just like back over here. So you might be looking at some resistance up around 28 bucks, but AVAX is definitely a good play right now. Look at that, everything popping off here. I'll look on the weekly chart. Weekly chart still is bearish, but there is some hope here at least. Death cross, but yeah. Yeah, there's some moves happening at least, and that's what I want to see. If Bitcoin's boring, but altcoins are making some moves. Here's Gala doing the same thing. Popcat moving up quite a bit here too. Yeah. All right. There's some good stuff happening. You bought a bunch at $7, so you're getting excited? Oh yeah, so you're making some good money right now. Let me see. Go back over here very fast. I want to see if there's actually anything good on Twitter today. Hold on a second here. Do I have that Yeah, I do have that. Let me see. I'm going to actually push search and see if X gives me some good stuff. Oh, finally it does. Okay. What does this say? The U.S. government inflated the currency by $6 trillion in 2020 and sold the equivalent of over 2 million human lives worth of energy. Let me hear this very fast.
Central banking is an institutionalized system of time theft, because ultimately the fruits of your labor are a product of your time or energy, right? Time and energy.
See you, Walter.
Here. We printed $6 trillion in 2020, right, in the U.S. The average annual U.S. salary is $60,000, roughly. That's 100 million years stolen, right, through the counterfeiting of currency. If each human works from the age of 20 to 70, so that's about 50 productive years per human, the counterfeiting of $6 trillion USD equals the stealing of 2 million human lives worth of productive labor. Right? This is to try to make it real, like it's a real massive problem. And then of course the plausible deniability that's built into inflation, right? It's Putin's fault. It's Beyonce's fault. It's the supply chains. It's everything but the central bank. So again, we're back to that romantic lie, the deception and the stealing going hand in hand. I think this is hopefully what we can deliver as Bitcoiners, is pulling back the veil on this bullshit.
I don't think Bitcoin's job is necessarily to pull the veil and let everybody see the nasty truth. I personally, I don't see that as my goal with holding Bitcoin. My goal is like, hey, the system is eventually going to really get messed up. I want to have something that that will, keep the value of my wealth when cash starts to really get devalued here. And I don't want to have to worrying about money, if that makes sense to you guys. Let me see. That's from the 17th. Bitcoin blocks are the best billboard on crypto, but you're not ready to have that conversation yet. This is from Bitcoin Magazine. Coinbase customers can now send up to 10K instantly via Bitcoin Lightning. Coinbase has over 100 million users. I don't know. Do any of you guys actually send cryptocurrency to other people? I rarely do. I usually send cryptocurrency between my exchanges and myself, but I don't necessarily send crypto to other people. I still, use apps like Venmo or PayPal. I don't use PayPal as much because I really don't like PayPal, but, Venmo. Do you guys send cryptocurrency instead of cash nowadays? What do you guys do? Because I'm much more of a cash person, I would say still. I still send cash over cryptocurrency. Let's see. Senator Cynthia Loomis, she's a Republican, I believe, says creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve will cut our national debt by half by 2045, secure the U.S. as a world leader in financial innovation, create a brighter future for generations of Americans. Oh, it's called the Bitcoin Act. That's interesting. Let's see. The Bitcoin Act. This Bitcoin video will never get old. I don't think I can play this because of the sound with it, but maybe next time. Let me see. So this is Nebraska Gooner saying, still thinking of a scenario similar to this has potential. A sweep below 52,000 if reached could end up being a nice load up area for continued chop bounce. August. So coming down a little bit. Scooping up and then moving down even more. Well, if we're going to go back over here in November, I wouldn't want to be buying in September, basically. But I guess I'm a dollar cost averager, so I'd buy it all. Let's see. It's plausible if the weekly chart still can't be turned over in time. The 60K Bitcoin resistance. What the heck is going on? It feels like this is a Waffle House video or something like this. But what do you call We definitely broke $60,000. I mean, like here, we're at 60,079. There's a reason I went long a few days ago. Now, we haven't had that big blast off I was hoping for, up towards 62,000. But what did we get up to? 61,826. We came close, but ultimately my price target was not hit, so my sell order didn't go through. But maybe when I wake up tomorrow morning, it'll be sold off. Or I think it's like a 50% sell off though. So, but still, it'll be partially sold off. You see. You use real cash to pay people even though it's worth less than 0.5%. Yeah, I use real cash too. 60,800 is killing me. Got let's see right here. 30K position from 59.8. Oh yeah, you're doing okay so far, but yeah, it's definitely it's definitely taking its time to break out and have a good move there. I definitely agree with that. Can I check out Zeta? Yeah, let me check out Zeta for you very fast. ZETA. Is it the cryptocurrency or the company? Because I see both right here. Let me know which one it is, and I can check it out for you. Actually, you're saying, do you think we were headed back to 130? I bet I can just go to Binance and it'll be, yeah, okay, there we go. Never mind, I got you. The daily chart is bullish enough at this point. That weekly chart must be very bearish. Haha, yeah, that's what it is. Very, very bearish. And you're saying, can we get back up here towards 130? Yeah, but right now, not. Like right now, no. You probably have to wait a few months at least for that. And then you'd also have to wait for Bitcoin to get bullish. Remember, my whole thesis for like really being excited for another altcoin season, Bitcoin going crazy, all that type of stuff is I need to see Bitcoin itself. And let me just open up another Bitcoin window here. This is the market site for one, but bear with me. Right? I'm waiting to see the oscillators, the momentum get really bullish on the weekly charts here for Bitcoin. And we're just not there right now. We're still not there. We go over here to Bitcoin very fast so you can see what I'm talking about. See how it's bearish, bearish, bearish? We don't have it yet. We don't have it. So until that happens, the chances of you getting back up there is going to be very, very slim. But if they do get up there, let's say over the next like month or two, then what you're going to have is something like this daily chart here, having a pretty fast upward move. Now, I don't know the market cap of Zeta, so let me check it out very fast. That actually does matter a lot here. 228. 187 million. Yeah. So because this has such a low market cap, it's not going to take much to get this thing going. So you might be able to have a quick little pop up like that before, but push this back up. I wouldn't get too excited until you start breaking back above 86 cents. Then you could have that pretty good launch right back up there. For now, I would say this is more of a dollar cost average, and you're waiting this out. If you have a bag, probably wouldn't do much with it. I wouldn't double down, wouldn't do anything like that. I basically just wait until the altcoin season kind of kick off. That's more of a waiting game, but it's going to be easier than trying to wait for to try to know exactly when Bitcoin's breaking out and when Bitcoin moves up. This will obviously follow. Right now, this is bullish enough, but it's not exciting enough for me to really go gung ho. If anything, this is maybe like a 2 to 5 day type of hold play. So when you see the momentum changing, like right here, where you might see everything being bullish again, maybe a change of character on the 4-hour chart popping off like this, right? Maybe I'm looking for an opportunity once it breaks at about 57, and then we can start going towards the races, back up here towards 63 and up here towards 67. That's kind of the shorter term plays I'm looking at right now. And of course, if you want to buy right now in petition and preparation of that, that can be a few days, but again, it's more risky if you don't have the breakout happening yet. There we go. Back over here, Bitcoin very fast. I have said before, and I'll say repeat again, Bitcoin not going to zero, it's going to 1 million. Let's see. I'm trying hard not to sell. At least, hey, just make sure you walk away with the profit. That's all that matters. And hey, Villa, happy to see you, my man. Let's see. And hey, Villa, haven't bought yet? Oh, then you should be fine. Yeah, it's better just to watch something like that play out right now. It's definitely, like, it's in a holding pattern. Not even holding pattern. Like, it's already made that good move up, so you're going to see some selling pressure soon. After that selling pressure comes through, then the doors kind of open up for you a little bit more. Bitcoin 2020 halving is like, go back to work, yeah. I'm hoping this halving, it really does make a difference, though. This has been a I don't know. How do you guys feel about this bull market cycle that we've been in? I'm truthfully very disappointed in it so far. Very, very disappointed. You're taking 500 so far? Oh, that's not. Yeah, you're good then. You're bullish, bearish. I need the true break of MS to change my mind. Oh, market structure. Yeah. El Salvador mined 474 Bitcoin worth 29 million using volcano-fueled geothermal power. Wouldn't that be awesome if Hawaii could just start mining Bitcoin using thermal power, or volcano-fueled geothermal power? Let's see. CZ has been transferred from prison to a halfway house in Long Beach, California, to serve the remaining 6 weeks of his sentence. Meanwhile, at the halfway house.
Wake up, Daddy's home.
Oh, man. Well, CZ's almost up with his prison sentence then. For sale, 24 million USD will take USDT, USDC, DAI, Ethereum, and or Bitcoin. Oh, this guy is great. And inflation is illegal counterfeiting. Counterfeiting is criminal inflation. Bitcoin is the money nobody can counterfeit. Let's see what he has to say here. It's just 30 seconds.
Inflation is made in Washington because only Washington can create money. And any other attribution to other groups of inflation is wrong. Consumers don't produce it. Producers don't produce it. The trade unions don't produce it. Foreign sheiks don't produce it. Oil imports don't produce it. What produces it is too much government spending and too much government creation of money and nothing else. Inflation is made in Washington.
There you go. Last bigger trade was from 59 to 40K. Yeah, that was a big trade right there. That short was kind of crazy. You did have a lot of good change of character signals pointing to that one, though. Although I sold a little bit too early myself. The government is fucking it hard. The government's fucking hard, fucking everything hard right now. I believe, actually, if I went over here to normal X, like the normal page, and I went over to explore and trending, I think the DNC convention is happening right now. And let me see. This is all about Kamala, and I can't pronounce the last guy's, her VP's name, West, whatever its name. But Pink performed What About Us? Gus Walsh is All of Us. I'm crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. Kerry Washington was there, I guess. They're having a lot of celebrities, but I haven't heard too much policy so far. I've been on a mini vacation. I haven't had the best chance to listen to everything here. I've kind of just been getting clips, but it seems like they have a lot of celebrities. Protect Gus Waltz at all costs. Don Lemon's trying to become an influencer. It's very interesting to see his change. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but he's trying to be an influencer right now. We'll see how that works out. Just like Cuomo is trying to become his own little thing too, but I think Cuomo will need the branch of a news organization. Thousands of Free Palestine protesters flood the streets of Chicago. I don't think anybody cares about the protesters because they're too peaceful. Honestly, I think they're just too peaceful. Nobody cares. Watch as Steve tries to help an illegal migrant enter the DNC convention. You can imagine how it went. What the heck? We're not going to watch it, but you guys should watch that in your own time. That's crazy. Here's some pictures of my favorite Congresswoman, Anna Paulina. Does she offend you? Too bad. Deal with it. Oh, she's a military person. Okay, that's fine. I'm so confused about what that kid is doing. Yeah, there must have been some crazy stuff going on this week. Yeah, okay. DNC is not as exciting as I thought it was going to be, but it's not supposed. No, DNC is supposed to be exciting, that right? They're supposed to be doing something there. And hey, Billy, right? You holding long term? Holding the long term is going to be the best, but man, don't you just wish Bitcoin would make it easy for us and just go up? I think that's what I've been hoping for here the last few weeks. New trader going up, holding. Goes down a little bit, and then boom, panic sell. Yeah, selling for a loss. Oh, buying the dip. Oh, I didn't think it was going to do that. Keeps buying the dip. Oh, yeah, rolls down. liquidated. Oh, liquidation's rough. PayPal founder and billionaire Peter Thiel says Bitcoin is so big that society didn't even know how to process it. That's probably true. Bitcoin having expectations. See, a lot of bad expectations. Let's see. This is always interesting here. So we're at phase 3 complete. Critically low BB levels are Bollinger Band levels. And so, what are we looking for here? All-time high break, I guess, is what we're looking for here, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure. This thing is not as the legend isn't as good as it should be here. AVAX is going to flip Solana. You know, I'm hoping there's going to be more ETFs around multiple tokens here pretty soon. So I'm hoping there's going to be an ETF that has like 60% Bitcoin, 40% Ethereum, and they're going to have those mixes and matches. But then we're also going to have other tokens, and like, you know, when there's going to have a Dogecoin and a Sheep, something very, very volatile. I'm just curious to see if people actually buy them. I know the fees will be a little bit cheaper because maybe not people don't want to do it, but we'll see. Bitcoin having bull run, yeah. Woo! Phew. At least it got back up. I feel bad when cows get tossed around. Bitcoin will follow the gold price. It's a matter of when, not if. Oh, I see. They're going to try to have it break out. Well, I hope we're not breaking out in October. I'm hoping we're breaking out a little bit sooner. But you know, we can be patient. Yeah, I think this is realistic.
Sir, are you listening to me, sir? Sir, I'm talking to you. Sir, are you aware that there is waste in your water system? Sir.
Let's see. Bounce, bounce. Bounce. Oh, I don't know. It's hard to bounce off of something like that after losing that much liquidity. But I do think there's a hope that we can continue going higher into September. Let's see.
The whole
Fractional reserve banking and why the entire financial system is a scam. Explain in 3 minutes. You're going to want to buy Bitcoin after watching this. We already want to buy Bitcoin. Scam Mochi. Wall Street is a selling machine, and they haven't even ramped up yet to start pushing the Bitcoin ETFs. Imagine tens of thousands of financial advisors telling their clients they need a position in Bitcoin. I mean, I think that is going to be big. I'm hoping that happens sooner rather than later, though. Cancel your plans, grab a snack, sit down and watch one of the most important interviews of your life. It will change how you think about money and Bitcoin forever. Oh, this is the Lex Friedman thing. I would watch this, but it's also like 4 hours long, and that's as long as a Lord of the Rings movie with like an extended edition. That's a long, long thing to watch. When asked if he would like to see Bitcoin correlated with gold, Tom Lee responds, I think Bitcoin is digital gold and that it's replacing gold, so it should behave like gold over time. Oh, that's
moving, and it's moving not in a correlated fashion with risk on, whereas Bitcoin definitely looks like it's just a
Does that ever switch?
I think it can. I mean, Bitcoin is just sort of got two functions, right? Because it is a risk-on asset, but I think it's an important protection against systematic risk.
Do you ever want it to be correlated to gold?
I think Bitcoin is digital gold, so I think it's replacing gold over time.
So eventually it should act like gold, which means that it shouldn't have the kind of meteoric rise that we're talking about here.
Well, it depends on what the dollar does, because there could be a day that dollar could debase, and then you'd want to own a lot of Bitcoin or gold. But I mean, to me, the fact that gold's rising is showing you there's still a lot of fear out there. I mean, I think gold is almost a measure of the bearish sentiment, and that's why I think stocks still
Do you have...
It's moving, and it's moving.
That was a good response. This guy, I think, doesn't know too much about Bitcoin, but he's like, okay, let's make money off of it, you know, that type of stuff. The other host doesn't like Bitcoin all too much. He tries to like talk down about it a lot because it's the new thing out there. But I think Tom does a good job of just saying, hey, you know, it's important. If the dollar starts fucking up, which is why we all buy Bitcoin, you want to own Bitcoin for when the dollar goes kaput. Because obviously we can't keep spending a bunch of money. Global liquidity is about to break out. Bitcoin is about to explode. Seems like everybody is getting very, very bullish over the next few weeks here, doesn't it? I'm seeing a lot more bullish activity despite Bitcoin kind of going sideways here, which I think is a good thing. Distribution of Bitcoin supply. Satoshi Nakamoto, 1,100 Bitcoin. No, excuse me, 1,100,000 Bitcoin. Binance, of course, BlackRock, Coinbase, Grayscale, MicroStrategy, U.S. government, Chinese government, Fidelity, Block One. Yeah, look at all that. BlackRock owns a lot of Bitcoin. Print, pump, tax, repeat. Imagine choosing this over Bitcoin. You kidding me? I would choose that over Bitcoin. I would sell that stuff and I'd go buy Bitcoin with it. Unless I can already just have the same value of Bitcoin, but that's rare. Oh, this is, see, I hate when they do that. Bitcoin at 70K, but it was from March 11th. That's why I like to see new, up-to-date news here. We don't get too much of that recently on Twitter. That's my only downside of Twitter right now, or X, is that when you try to search for stuff, it gives me stuff from so long ago that doesn't matter. All right, back over here very fast. But overall, guys, I think Bitcoin's doing okay. We're seeing altcoins making some good moves here. That's all I really want to see right now. For Bitcoin, the 4-hour chart, we're looking for a pump. We're waiting for a pump, but it's not really happening right now. And so for most of you guys, here's my plan. I still have my long. I'm hoping that Bitcoin can break out above the 50-day moving average and start moving back up here towards 63,000, basically that 200 daily moving average. Do I have any idea of a crypto called Carrot? A friend just started working there and says I should buy it here. Any knowledge of this company? I have no idea what this company is. Carrot. Sounds familiar, perhaps? $45 million market cap. It's moving in a bullish direction over the past month. Claim. Oh, docs governance discussion. I don't like this website. About. So it's gaming and AI. So the Carrot protocol is a decentralized gaming infrastructure layer supported by Carrot, I don't know, and empowered by a truly decentralized community with a shared vision of embracing gaming, entertainment, and AI products catering for the new era. Our goal to accelerate the evolution of gaming, entertainment, and AI-driven experiences with a blockchain technology and a truly empowered community. Let's see. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, it's a low market cap here, so you don't have to really invest too much money into it, to be honest. But there we go. It's on Coinbase, it looks like. It's had a pretty rough few weeks like everything else. It looks like since it had that high point up here at 130, it's really come down hard. The daily chart, just like before, we talked about the momentum shifting. It is now breaking back out a little bit. You might see it come back up here to 49, somewhere between 47 and 49 up here. You could trade it. If you want to own it for the long term, I would just toss in like $100 and just kind of see where it goes. But I wouldn't be doing much besides that right now. Unless you really believe in what the project and what they're trying to do. And as good as the project may be, if Bitcoin goes down, so does this token here, right? Let's see, back. Let's check out their X. They got 28,000 followers. They're followed by Chart Prime, Elio Trades, and Beer Magician. Let's see. We've been listening and we're working on a proposal that could benefit the Carrot community over time. Split Save takes a percentage of every token used with the factory smart contracts and puts them in a vault. As more Carrot is used, the vault grows. So what happens with the vault, though? What do you do with the vault? That's the thing I don't understand. So somebody made something, but it's also NFTs and stuff. So they're doing something. They're posting quite a bit. They have some stuff going on. right? So there's stuff going on here. So, is it worth investing the whole house on? No, but you could definitely invest some money and be like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But it looks like it's on Coinbase right now, which should help out a little bit here. Markets. Coinbase, OKX, Bybit, Kraken, Gate.io, Bitfinex. None of these tokens on here I can use besides Coinbase, so at least there's something there, if you wanted to buy it. That's a good sign. Retail coming in and friends are talking about it. Yeah, especially if they work there. Yeah, it's always nice to kind of have an insider's perspective. Like, hey, we're actually doing some good stuff. You might want to buy into this. Toss $100. That's about it. You just want a neutral opinion? Yeah, the chart looks absolutely horrible, but then so does so many other tokens out there right now because of the last few months that we've just had that, which has been bad. The company itself looks just okay. It's part of my it would be part of my low market cap watch list. So I'm just kind of taking a peek at it. Now, gaming tokens haven't been doing the best over the past few quarters, but AI tokens have had a pretty good run. So if you want to take advantage of that, I would say it's okay to just toss in a little bit. I mean, this is my opinion. I'm not saying you to toss some money there, but if I'm looking at it, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I might toss in $100 and maybe I'll put in like $20 a week for 5 weeks, and then just kind of see what the average is and kind of let it run off. And I think that'd be okay. Every chart looks like shit, to be honest. I know that's the thing. They all look like shit right now. And that's because Bitcoin itself has been in this long consolidation. Once Bitcoin takes off, it's going to be crazy how fast everything goes. But, how long have we been waiting for Bitcoin to do something really good? Like 165 days. It's been a very, very long time. It's been very, very boring. And, I'm still optimistic, right? At least at this point, I'm still optimistic that Bitcoin's going to break out eventually. But it looks like it might not happen until September, October, November. I mean, who knows at this point? But that weekly chart still remains bearish. Turbo looking the best right now. What do you call Popcat's moving right now? Turbo still has a little bit of work to do, but I think it has an opportunity to have a pop. Turbo is something that we all made some good money on, or some of us made some good money on during the last little bit. But I sold Turbo a little bit too early. But I also walked away with like a 1,400% profit off of Turbo. So I'm happy with the results of it. 106 days, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I wasn't even perfect on the days myself, but yeah, we've been waiting for way too long for a big move here with Bitcoin, and that's just going to be the price we have to pay for now, but we'll see. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I'm still a little bit tired from this trip. I'm going to be doing 2 streams tomorrow. I think one around market close and one kind of at the end of the day. The one at market close is going to be a little bit more stock-based and crypto-based. The one in the afternoon may be more crypto-based and stuff like that. We'll see. But anyway, it was chill hanging out with you guys tonight. I'm probably just going to stream on YouTube tomorrow and not do the TikTok, Twitter, and stuff like that. Seems like my computer's having some issues streaming to all of those things. And I'm looking right now and it's not streaming the full speed that it's supposed to be doing. So I don't know what's going on with whatever this is. But anyway, happy to see you guys again. I'll be posting some videos and all types of content for you guys tomorrow.